สวัสดีครับอาจารย์ครับผม
Hello and welcome to another Dhamma meeting where we will discuss the Buddhist practices of charity, morality, and meditation. Everyone is welcome to join. We will wait for our first participant to enter the room. If you want to join and have a chance to speak, you might have to come in early and wait because there are lots of people wanting to join, and we can only take so many people at a time. So our first one is Apalachita from Dubai. Hi, Apalachita.
Hello. Good
How's,
evening,
how's
Ajaan.
life treating you? Okay?
Yes, it's okay. I feel
Mm.
a little bit more settled this week.
No stress, no agitation.
I can't say that. There's always stress, there's always agitation, but maybe I'm aware of them and I'm working on managing them.
Not mindful enough.
Yes, I cannot say I have no stress completely. Not that mindful, not yet.
Still attached, still crave for something.
Yes, for sure. For sure. But I know that is the root. I'm beginning to understand it clearly.
Yes. You have to reflect on impermanence, contemplate on impermanence. Things keep changing. You cannot control everything. So maybe it's better just to let things be and just take things as they come rather than trying to manage them or control them. If you want to avoid stress, you just have to flow with the truth, flow with the reality. Don't swim against the flow. You get tired. Just flow like on a barge, on a kayak. Just let the current take you wherever it goes. Anyway, it's just a thought for you to think about.
That's an important one. Thank you.
Yeah, because everything is anatta, everything are natural phenomena, not under anybody's control.
Yes.
So try to stop your mind from trying to control everything.
Yes.
That's the problem. Your mind wants to control, manage, and make things the way you prefer. But sometimes things don't work that way. So you get sad or disappointed or anxious or worried. Just take things as they come. If it's gonna rain today, let it rain. If it's gonna snow, let it snow. it's gonna be hot today, let it be hot. You can't take anything with you anyway when you die.
No, true, true.
Don't forget this fact. Look at the total picture. We're just like an actor on the stage, and when the play ends, we leave the stage with nothing. We go home empty-handed.
Yes.
We can take the good karma with us, or the good or the bad karma that goes with us. And the good karma will reward us with happiness, and the bad karma will punish us with suffering. So try to avoid doing bad karmas and do only good karmas. You have any question?
No questions. No questions for the moment.
Yeah, just stay mindful. You need mindfulness to control your action. Without mindfulness, your defilement will direct your action to do bad karma. But with mindfulness, when you know that you're gonna do bad karma, you can stop it. Try to maintain the 5 precepts at least at the minimum if you can.
I do maintain that. I do
Yeah.
maintain this, of course.
And practice charity if you can, and meditation. This should be your daily activity. Dana, sila, and pavana. These are all good karma. Forget about wanting to be rich, wanting to be famous. You cannot take these things with you when you go. And they don't make you really happy. In fact, they make you become more stressful. Because once you have something, you worry about losing them. So if you don't have anything, then you have nothing to worry about. If you have something, you're gonna be worried about losing that something. And eventually you're gonna lose anyway.
True.
So only have what you need, which is the 4 basic necessity of life. Have food, have shelter for your body, have clothing, and have medicine when you get sick. That's all you need. You don't need big mansion. You don't need, fashion, design clothing and all this, things that people go after.
Yes.
You better spend your time doing meditation than going after all these material things. They don't satisfy you. They don't give you contentment. The more you have, the more you want. But with meditation, you want less and less because you find that you don't really need them. What you really need is just the 4 requisites of life. That's all. And you can be happy just doing nothing. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Ajaan.
Next, we'll go to New Zealand, Anura. Where's Ramya? Is she sleeping?
Good evening, Ajaan. Good evening. So I think she may not join. She participates on online meditation and chanting last night. So yeah, she does regularly. But
Good.
yeah,
Have something to do.
yes. So yeah, so we couldn't join you, see you for some time because we joined a couple of times, but we were too late.
Mm.
now the
The
time is,
time difference, yeah, the time
yeah,
difference.
now is 1 hour ahead. So yeah, so some update, Ajahn. So my meditation is cool. It's getting better. So I do early morning meditation. I remind myself, yeah, not to react every time. And as you said, everything's like rain. So try to do more mindfulness, stay with the body. So I think it's working better now. Yeah. And during Easter, we visited 2 monasteries, one in Auckland, Vimukti Monastery, and the other one in Wellington, Dham Bodhianaram. Both are Ajahn Chah's monasteries. And we donated dry food, so it was wholesome. It was good. And we managed to get some books from Thai forest tradition books from the monastery. So we managed to get the Ajahn Chia's book.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
that's very inspiring. I've been halfway through. It's so much inspiring
yeah.
to read the Dhamma. I think same teaching that you have given us. So it's all there. So remind me. So that's very good. Yeah.
I think we have it posted on the
Yes.
Facebook also weekly.
Yes. Audio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Good. This book about teachers, about enlightened teacher can inspire us.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of Ajahn teachings in there as well. So it's Ajahn Dick Silaratana. He wrote it more like a biography plus more teaching for us
Yes.
tradition. So that's good. I got the Ajahn Chah's biography as well. So it's so much. It's very good books. It's actually. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're doing well. Happy to hear that.
Yeah, I'm very happy. Yeah. So my only problem is not enough time for meditation because of the work.
Mhm.
But I consider work as a
Necessity.
sacrifice and just
Yeah.
another dana, perhaps.
Yeah, you need to support yourself, so you need
Yeah,
to work. Just
yeah,
don't work too much. That's all. Work enough just to feed yourself.
yeah. That's right. Yeah,
Spend as much time as you can for your mind.
yeah,
Meditation, practice,
yeah,
mindfulness as much as you can. The more, the better,
yeah.
because you still have a lot of way to do, a lot of
Yes,
way to go before you finally reach your destination.
yes.
So keep up, okay?
Yeah. Thank you, Ajahn. So my goal is just to one day to quit the job and practicing full time. I think we are more towards that side. So we don't have much social contact these days. We try to limit our external contacts and try to visit the Thai temple. So last Sunday we went to Visakha Puja Day.
Were there lots of people there?
About 30 people. So, and Ajahn
This
Vimoko is coming to Christchurch again in 2 weeks' time. We plan to have a 2-day retreat. I think that's keep us
this this temple is nearby, near your home.
about half an hour from
Okay.
place. Yeah. Yes.
Are there many other Thai temples also around?
No, Ajahn, only one.
Only one.
Yeah, it's not really a monastery, it's a more temple, but the monks, they are very humble, hardworking, so very nice place.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No question from you tonight.
No question, Tanaja, just to pay respect to you and listen
Okay.
Dhamma. Yeah. Thank you.
I'll go to Jacob. Hi, Jacob.
Thank you.
You're from Germany, right?
Hi, yes, I'm from Germany. Yes, I wanted to attend today because I think at the moment my practice is not, or my life at least, is not doing too well. I feel like for the past 6 months or so, I've had a lot of drive, and had a lot of ambition, and my life was very much on a high. And maybe I think it was too much, because I also did some weird, stupid things then. And now I feel like it's broken down, and I feel a lot of exhaustion. I lack power, and I lack orientation also. I tend to be quite confused, because I worry, why don't I have as much power? Am I doing something wrong? And I'm also not being too disciplined with sati practice over the day. I I practice meditation in the evening most of the days, and sometimes also at other times, and I get to calm my mind. But I'm not too happy how it's going about at the moment, and I was seeking your advice. Maybe you can tell me to practice more, or I'm not sure.
Yes, the reason why you're not happy is because your mind is still grasping, craving for things. And when you cannot get them, then you become unhappy. So you have to reduce your craving down. Try to do more meditation, more mindfulness practice. And
Okay.
try to do less sensual pleasure activity, like watching, eating, drinking, and so forth.
Okay.
If you
Okay.
can,
Would you? Yeah.
if you can keep the 8 precept on some day, that will be helpful.
Yes, I do that already some
Yeah.
days. Yes.
Yeah. This will reduce your sensual craving down, and allow
Okay.
you to have more time for meditation practice.
Okay.
So the goal is to increase more meditation practice and reduce the sensual cravings down as much as possible. These two are the opposing side. The more sensual cravings you have, the more restlessness and agitation you will have. The more you meditate,
Okay.
the more you're mindful, the more calm your mind will become.
I'm not sure why, but I feel like I have such a big resistance to do that. But yes.
Yes, your defilement has strong power over your mind. It's been
Yeah.
directing your life for a long time. So when you try to resist the defilement, you find it's like a struggle, very hard, like climbing up the mountain. When you want to meditate, when you want to practice mindfulness, it's hard, like climbing the mountain. But when you follow your defilement to go after sensual pleasure, you find it very easy, like walking down the mountain.
Yes. Just like that. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the consequences are also different. Yeah. You follow your defilement, your mind will become more agitated, more restless, because it keeps wanting more and more. And when you could not get it, then you feel disappointed, then you feel sad. But if you work hard on your meditation and mindfulness practice, your restlessness and agitation will become less and less, and you feel more peaceful and calm and content.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I guess I will have to do that. Yes.
these are two opposing forces in your mind:
Hmm.
the Dhamma and the defilement, the Dhamma practice and the defilement practice. So you have to choose which side you
Okay.
want to be on.
Okay. Oh dear. Yes. Um, and if I can, may I ask another question?
Yeah.
Um, um, I think there has been a lot going on during the past months, and I'm not really sure what has happened at some points. And in some aspects, I feel that I experience life as being um, as being a bit more empty and as though I'm not really in contact with life, but it feels like I'm lacking something. So, and feels a bit sick, as though I'm not involved and I don't take care of my life good enough. I don't know if it's understandable what I mean, but
Yes,
maybe.
life is
Yeah.
an illusion, it's not real. What we are experiencing are an illusion, it's not real. It comes and goes. You cannot hang on to anything that you experience. They happen and then they disappear and then replaced by something else and disappear and then replaced by something else, constantly moving all the time. That's why people got restless, because trying to catch everything that they could not hold on to. So,
Okay.
so understand the nature that you cannot cling to anything. Let them come and go. They are not real. They are an illusion. They're like a mirage. They seem real, but then they're not, because they are impermanent. They come and go, and they are anatta, not under anybody's control. They just come as they like and they go as they like.
Okay.
So don't depend on this thing to make you happy, because you are bound to be disappointed, because you're going to have to lose them. Some soon and some later, some sooner and some later, but everything comes and goes. Better cling on to your mind, make your mind stable, make your mind calm and peaceful. That's the real thing. That will stay with you all the time. You come back to
Okay.
you come back to the first question. Yeah, giving up your sensual pleasures and putting more effort for your meditation practice. Meditation practice will lead you to the real stuff, the real thing. But if you go after sensual pleasure, they're not real. They're temporary. They're like soap bubbles. Like I said, to step, they're like soap bubbles. They're here
Okay.
temporarily, and then they disappear, replaced by a new bubble.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
So don't
That's
expect
it for
anything from
today.
life. Don't expecting anything meaningful from life. There is not. There's none.
All
They're an
right.
illusion. They're not real.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
The real stuff is nothing. Emptiness is the real stuff. If you can be happy with emptiness, then you will always be happy, because emptiness never disappears. It's always there. Having nothing and be happy. That's the goal. Can you do that? Be happy without anything, even without your body.
I'm not so sure. Without my body, I think not yet. I'm too
Mm,
scared of letting go of the body.
mhm. Well, try to reduce your dependence on your body and everything that you acquire through your body. They are not real. They're like soap bubbles. Okay. So the
And
solution is practice more meditation.
okay, and would you, just a quick question, would you recommend also to practice wisdom meditation and contemplate the body, or just mostly samadhi for the moment?
Well,
You can
what
tell.
we're talking right now is all about wisdom. To see the world as an illusion, that's a real wisdom.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
And everything contained in this world is illusion. Your body, your feelings, your emotions, they are illusions. Because they all fall under the three characteristics of existence. Anicca, dukkha, anatta. So this is wisdom we're talking about. But in order to be able to see it clearly, you need to meditate, to calm your mind down first. When your mind starts calm, your delusion will block your vision of the truth, of the real. Your delusion will keep feeding you with illusion. So you have to calm your mind, and then the delusion will temporarily stop blocking your mind, and you start to see things clearer. You see everything comes and go, rise and cease.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
So meditate, practice mindfulness, and meditate first. And then you'll see what we are talking about. You'll see that everything is just an illusion. Your body, my body, this is an illusion. It's not here permanently. That's the point. Right? Your body and mind will one day disappear, disappear into thin air. And everything that you possess. Okay.
Okay.
Can you see that?
I think when I look closely at something, after some time, I realize, okay, this will not stay for long.
Yes.
But if I don't look closely, I don't see it.
Look at things that happened 100 years before. Where are they now? They're all gone. Right? They all disappeared. All the people who existed 100 years before. Where are they now? They are gone. And the next 100 years, we all be gone too. So what reality is there in this thing? You know, what substance? No substance, nothing.
I'm just
Hard to
I'm just
grasp.
thinking it's not supposed to be like that. Yes. But
Because this is the delusion telling you that everything is real,
okay.
everything is true, everything will last. But they don't.
Okay.
All right?
All right. Thank you very much.
Think about it. Okay.
Yes.
Next, Kok Seng from Singapore.
Greeting Ajaan. Yeah, just to update Ajaan. Yesterday Visakha, so I take the cue from Ajaan last week and about avoiding crowds, and I told myself I will stay at home to meditate. And in the past during Vesak day, I will have that strong urge to want to immerse in the atmosphere of the uh, uh, of the devotees, and but now my thinking is such that I would rather choose seclusion, avoid the crowds, and try to meditate as much as possible. So and therefore yesterday I stay at home and try to meditate as much as I can. Yeah.
How did you find it? Good? Calm?
Okay, yesterday my family members are at home, so I try not to cook, so that I will have more time to meditate and not to be distracted, especially just before before cooking for lunch. I'll be thinking the preparations of cooking instead of meditating. So yesterday I avoid this cooking, but something happens, and that was my daughter. She was very unorganized, so she spaced up some of her things, and she threw a tantrum. And so when she's making a lot of noise and so on, so my wife tell my daughter, say, "Oh, go and ask your papa where's the thing." So when I heard this during my meditation, somehow there was this unpleasant feelings arise in myself that, oh, my wife is pushing the responsibility to me, and this happens in the past before, but I still have not find a way how to overcome it. The feeling of feeling very defensive that, that I'm being like responsible for misplacing my daughter's things, and yeah, so I still trying to find a way to overcome this unpleasant feeling. Yeah.
Well, you just don't dwell on it. It's already past and gone, you know. Just know that you made a mistake and maybe try not to repeat the same mistake again.
Mm.
And also just as long as you have no intention to hurt her, then it's okay. You know, you shouldn't feel guilty about it. But if you have intention, then you should be guilty.
Yeah, no intent. There's no intention.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just accidental. Things just happen beyond your control.
Yeah.
Try to be more mindful when you do things. Try to be mindful whether you're doing the right thing or not. But don't dwell on the past. It's already past and gone. Only look back to teach you, give you a lesson, and try not to repeat the same mistake.
Yeah. Okay, Prajan, yeah, there's another thing which so-called arise in me in the earlier participants about trying to stay away from temptations, the temptations of pleasures and entertainments. So, and Prajan, you have often teach us that we should try to attain jhana so that we get the pleasures from jhana. And once we attain the pleasures from jhana, so our state of mind will be strong enough to resist the temptation of the sensual pleasures. But before we have attained the jhana, so how do we prevent our mind from being lured away by simple sensual pleasures, especially from YouTube videos, which will be very, very entertaining to the mind. So how do we overcome it when we have yet to achieve the state of jhana?
You use the 8 precepts to help you abstain from these sensual pleasure activities. Try to keep the 8 precepts. Then when you keep the 8 precepts, then you cannot watch any entertainment.
Yes, no entertainment. Then is there any word or phrase that we can tell ourselves, tell our mind, when that temptation to watch something arise in us?
They are habit forming. They are like addiction. Once you watch, you keep wanting to watch more and more, and then you become addicted. And when you cannot watch, when you wanted to watch, then you can feel terrible. Dukkha. So tell yourself everything that you want to watch is dukkha in the end.
Everything that I want to watch is dukkha. Okay.
Every type of sensual pleasure you seek for are all dukkha.
Okay.
Because when you wanted them and when you could not get them, then you will have dukkha. And one day you will have to experience when you're getting old or when you're sick, then you will not be able to enjoy them anymore. Okay.
Sorry, why is it that when getting old, we'll not be able to enjoy?
Because
is
your eyes is not good, your ears is not good.
okay.
Or you're just too weak even to turn on the tube. You don't have the strength to watch it, to enjoy, like when you're young and strong.
Okay, I will try to use the phrase uh every you every sensuous pressures is dukkha, and I don't want dukkha.
So try to give it up now before it's too late, before your body comes to the point where it can no longer, you know, do what it used to be able to do. Then you will just sit in depression. You'll be in, because you will not be able to do anything to enjoy yourself. So yes, you should learn to meditate and rely on meditation, because you can meditate even when you're old or when you're sick.
Sorry, I
You
missed
can
one.
meditate even when you're old or when you're sick.
Oh, okay, I can meditate when I'm still old and when I'm still sick.
Yeah. Because you don't need the body to, you don't use the body, you use mindfulness instead.
Mm.
Mindfulness is the generator of your mental happiness.
Mindfulness is a generator of mental happiness.
Yeah. While the body, the sensual organs, they are the tools you use to access the sensual happiness. But one day your sensual organs will be impaired,
Deteriorating.
yeah, and will not be able to use it anymore. Then you end up with depression because you got nothing to do, you got nothing to keep you happy anymore.
Mm. Okay, so in other words, the mind will not age, the mind will not grow old,
Yes,
the mind will not
yeah,
die.
yeah. And the mind can be happy without the body. If you switch it, if you switch now, rely on happiness from mindfulness rather than rely on happiness from your sensual organ.
Okay. Rely happiness from the mind instead of through the sense organs.
So try to maintain the 8 precepts as much as possible, and try to meditate as much as possible.
Okay. Okay, I will try. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Ajaan.
Okay, Philip from Malaysia.
Good evening, Ajaan. I have a question with regards to meditation practice. Um, it's not often, but sometimes when I do sit for a meditation sitting, um, my body goes into, like, for example, hot, feeling very hot, and to the extent that after the meditation, I mean, I don't notice it during the meditation. Maybe a slight sensation, but after the meditation, it can be like the whole t-shirt could be like almost like going for a jog or going for a run. But I usually don't pay any attention to it. But it happens quite so often. Sometimes even sitting in the air-conditioned room or underneath a fan. That's just what I observe. Is this anything to be concerned of, or we just ignore it?
It's just the nature of the body, I guess. When you sit, it tends to create more heat than when you lay down. So
It doesn't.
just know that this is what it is, and don't, as long as it doesn't make you impair your body, then there's no need to worry. Usually, this is the case when you meditate. The body temperature seems to increase more, so you sweat sometimes. if it's hot.
Yeah, it's
But,
almost.
but this is normal. It's like when you go jogging.
Yes. It feels like it.
Okay, then this is normal.
Okay.
It happens to everybody. So don't worry about it.
Okay. I don't have any questions. Just only that minor thing.
Okay, then next, Lynn from Indonesia. Hi, Lynn.
Good evening, Tan Ajaan. Happy Vesak Day. May you
Yes.
be free from
Did you do
suffering.
any challenge on the Vesak Day?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I meditated, for long hours.
Okay,
So,
good.
it was quite peaceful. Yeah, very good. And thank you for your advice. And tonight I have a question about dementia. So if somebody suffers from dementia, does it mean that the sankara stop functioning?
I don't know. I think it's the memory is just not. It might. I think what for me, I think it's mindfulness. When you don't have mindfulness, then you won't be able to send the mind to remember, for instance.
Oh, okay.
The memory still function, but you're not able to access the memory.
Mm.
But it's not important how these things work. It just if you have dementia, just know that you have it. That's all. What else can you do? And
But with
accept
it,
it.
but people with dementia, are they able to meditate? Oh,
Well, you should ask the other way around. People with mindfulness, they will be able to meditate. With mindfulness, usually people don't get dementia or Alzheimer. Look at the meditation masters; they all live to be 90s or so, and the memory is still fresh.
okay.
So I think it comes down to mindfulness. Mental deficiency results from the lack of mindfulness. So you can maintain mindfulness. You will remember because you know every moment what you do. See.
Mm.
But when you don't have mindfulness, your mind can be somewhere else and you're doing something here. Your mind can be into the past or into whatever it wants to be in. And it doesn't know what's going on in the present.
Mm.
But with mindfulness, the mind will always remain in the present. So it knows every movement, every moment of the present, what's going on. So I think it's the lack of mindfulness that makes people forget. What makes people forgetful? The stronger the mindfulness, the more you will be able to remember, even into past lives. Yeah.
Yes, that's true. Mm. Okay.
So just be mindful, and you will not have dementia or Alzheimer.
Okay, will do. Okay, we'll try. All right. Yeah, that's all my question for tonight. Thank you.
Okay, you're
Hope you are well,
welcome.
Ajahn. Thank you.
Next, Nining from Indonesia.
Yeah, Ajahn. Ajahn, happy Vesak Day.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, my friend attended Ajahn Dhamma talk on May 12th.
Yes, she told me that she's your friend.
Yeah, actually, she has an office even in Bangkok, and then she went alone to Pattaya to meet Ajahn because maybe she see me. She said that I have a good progression, Ajahn. I mean, after I follow Ajahn, that she see me that I become more not kind, but more mindful in everything. She said like that.
More control.
Yeah, more control. So this week I will meet Ajaan
Okay.
in the Dhamma talk on May 17th. And it's all set and I have no question, Ajaan.
Okay.
I have already prepared everything for the practice in Kauchion for 12 days.
Who will look after your mother?
I have house assistant.
I see.
Yeah.
Is she staying with you?
Yeah, actually I have other house and then after my mom sick of in Indonesia demam berdarah. I don't know what to say in English. It caused by the mosquito. So I stay with my mom to taking care of her. After that, the condition of my mom getting worse, Ajahn. Especially the leg. Because my mom was a basketball athlete actually. So now she has knee pain, the joint on the knee. She suffer on the knee.
Yes,
So,
but you have someone to look after her.
yeah, that's why I managed and because my mom also support me to practice. And I said to my mom, okay, that's why I should be very serious. So once I go to practice, I will go for a long time, like 12 days like that. So after
Okay.
that, I can taking care of my mother again.
Okay, that's good. You have
Yeah.
to have time to look after yourself also, if you can.
Yeah, that's why, like Ajahn said, that life is life is not meaningful. Maybe it's all delusion. Ajahn said to that Germany.
Yeah, it's not real. It's temporary. It's
Yeah.
like soap bubbles.
Nothing meaningful in this life. Ajahn said that they are all delusion. So be happy with anything. And to see it clearly, I should practice and meditate.
Yes, don't rely on anything in this world for happiness, for true happiness. They're only temporary happiness.
Yeah, I have to replace the sensual pleasure with mindfulness, so that when I get old, get sick, I still can use my mindfulness.
And to make you happy, to keep you happy.
Yeah, that's the point. That's why, yeah, I keep on developing mindfulness and yeah, repeating on that. Well, every day, still study the Dhamma. I replace my other hobby with listening to the Dhamma talk.
Good,
Like,
very good.
yeah, so that I have a progress in this practice sometimes by reading the book Ajahn.
Good.
Because before I don't know about Vitaka, Vichara, Piti, Sukha, but now I know that what I feel in my practice, oh, I know I have already passed the Vitaka, Vichara, Piti all the time. But sometimes when want to enter the more calm, why my heart beat faster, Ajahn?
I don't know. You ask yourself.
Yeah, that's why it's like I'm afraid of something like that before.
You lose your mindfulness. You're not mindful.
Yeah, that's why it's like because I mean I ever have a very very big happiness and then I want to get it again. So there is craving on that. That's why I still manage my practice, how to be more calm and peace.
Yeah, you have to be more mindful.
Yeah,
Your
Ajahn.
your mindfulness should be constant, should always be on, not off. Sometimes your mindfulness goes off and then
Yeah, that's why
you lose control.
because very much happy, too
Mm.
much I feel like euphoria like that. So that I lose my mindfulness.
But bring it back. We say Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. Come back mindfulness, come back mindfulness. Don't lose your mind. Mindfulness is your mind. When you lose mindfulness, you lose your mind.
Yeah.
Okay? No
Okay,
question?
Ajahn. Yeah, no. Thank you,
All right.
Ajahn. See you this week.
Outsourcing from Malaysia. Outsourcing. You have to unmute your microphone.
Good evening, Tan Ajaan. Last week,
How's-
last week, in the middle of week, I went for 1 day retreat, and then 3 days Visak day retreat.
Okay. At
May I ask you?
home? Yes, go ahead.
I did it at the temple. I stayed in the temple for 2 nights. May I ask you a question?
Please go ahead.
During the retreat, the Ajahn, one Ajahn came, Domrong, I think, came for the 1 day retreat. Then in the morning, we have a meditation session. Then there's a walking session. Everybody has to follow Ajahn around the temple. Then during the afternoon, there's a meditation session followed by Dharma talk and Q&A. So during meditation, I went into Samadhi. I didn't, when the Ajahn came in for the Dharma talk, I didn't pay respect to him and I didn't listen to the Dharma talk. Is this a disrespectful for not paying respect and listening to the Dharma talk?
Well, it depends on whether you have the intention or not. If
No,
you
I
don't
just,
have, you just happen to be engaged with something else and not able to pay respect, that's okay.
I was in Samadhi, so I didn't come
Yeah.
out from Samadhi.
But if you intentionally want to stay in samadhi to avoid paying respect, then that's being disrespectful. It's up to you. It depends on your intention.
I see. I see. And then
Okay.
there's another question. Because what Madjan, they are organizing a retreat on site and online. Our friends keep encouraging myself, my husband, and my son to go for the on-site retreat. But I was thinking I still prefer online retreat than on-site because I prefer to meditate in isolation. I was
Yes,
thinking,
different people have different preferences. So don't listen to other people. Listen to yourself.
I was thinking because if go for on-site, I need to spend a lot of time traveling, then
Yes,
packing and packing and washing. After that, washing clothes. I think I still
yes,
prefer to do at home.
that's right. For restless people, they like to travel to go to meditate. They're gonna stay at home and meditate. So they have to travel to go to a place to meditate. That's because they could not stay put. They still need to travel. Then they still need to move around.
I see.
So actually, you should meditate wherever you are if you can. That's the best way. Not don't travel here and there just to meditate. You know, unless the places where you stay is not conducive to meditation, then you might have to find some other more conducive place for your meditation. But if you just want to go on site just because you don't want to stay at home, you want to get out, then that's more restlessness.
If the retreats is in Penang, then I'll attend the retreats. But
Mhm.
I think out of the country, I prefer not to go.
Yeah. So different people have different reason for doing things. They don't have to be the same. You don't have to be the same with your friend. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Ajahn.
Next, Alvin from Malaysia. Also,
Namaskar, Ajaan. Oh, just now Nining mentioned demam berdarah. Translation, may I translate? The translation is actually dengue hemorrhage fever. It's
dengue.
yeah, dengue hemorrhage fever. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Tan Ajaan, to ask you a question on I was listening to this Luang Por Chia mentioning the Dutanga practice. And one of the practice is not lying down, sitting even when sleeping while sitting upright. I understand that when we sleep, we can't be mindful. So when the Tanga practitioner they do that, are they mindful to stay upright when sitting?
The purpose is to reduce the time you spend on sleeping. See? So
I
if
see.
you lay down, you sleep longer. If you have to sleep and you just sit in a sitting position, you might just sleep for just an hour, and then you get up, then you become awake again. So the purpose is try to avoid sleep as much as possible to maximize the time for your practice. But you don't do this all the time. You do it for a certain period of time, maybe 3 days or 1 day or something like that. It's like fasting. You don't fast all the time. You fast for a few days, then you come back and eat, and you go back and do more fasting. This is the same way. You take the three posture practice for a few days, and then after that you feel tired, you need more sleep, then you start this practice and come back and practice normally for a few days. Then you might want to go back again. The goal is to enable you to have more time for practice.
I see. But still, there's no mindfulness, right? Even though you're sitting upright.
Well, when you sleep, there's no mindfulness.
No mindfulness, right?
Yeah, but you just don't want to sleep too much. If you lay down, you might end up sleeping longer.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Understood.
Yeah. Okay, sorry about the dog barking.
Oh no, I can't hear anything. Yeah, getting old, Ajaan. Maybe my hearing is not that good. Yeah.
Take a minute or so, they'll stop. You can still hear me, right?
I can hear you, but I cannot hear the dog barking. No, not at all.
Next, we'll go to Suchi from the UK.
Thanks.
Hello, Ajaan.
Hi, you've been away for a few weeks.
Yeah, but I listened to it. I didn't enter the room, but I listened and watched it live, Ajaan.
Good.
Today, I'm happy to say that I challenged myself to do 6 hours of meditation yesterday on Vesak Day. Of course, inspired by Lynn.
Yes, good.
And I also observed the 8 precepts till 6 o'clock in the evening yesterday, and continued the 6 precepts till this morning. That is, I had only 1 meal yesterday.
Okay, good. Did you find it good for your mind?
I feel very much at ease and at peace that I could do it in my day life at home, because renunciation is so far away at this moment for me. But like you say, que sera, sera. And now I know that I can do it.
Yes.
And I hope to progress.
Yes, you can practice part-time first. Then eventually you'll be able to do it full-time. when your mind becomes stronger. So try to do as much as on special days, special occasion like Vesak Day or Buddhist, some other Buddhist holidays. Try to put more effort for your practice.
Yes, I will.
This is the way to progress, to advance. You have to increase your practice in order to move forward. If you practice the same, you'll stay in the same place. So good that you try to make an effort and that you succeeded.
Thank you for your guidance
Okay.
and your advice. I listened to the previous sessions, though I didn't enter the room,
Okay,
Ajaan.
that's fine. Okay, anything else?
No questions, Ajaan. I read the essential teachings and I understand almost everything, but I don't remember everything. So I know what I have to do. I have to keep improving,
Yes,
Ajaan.
good. Okay. Mindfulness is what you need to do all the time. Maintain mindfulness all the time. Then you will be able to meditate. You'll be able to use wisdom to stop your defilement.
Yes, the mantra helps me a lot in everyday life.
Mm-hmm. Good. You do it all the time, even when you're not meditating,
Yes.
right? Good. All right. If nothing else, I'll go to the next participant, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Tommy, you're
Thank-
next.
Cup.
Yes, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Ajaan?
Fine, thank you.
Did you have a pleasant Waisak?
It's just just another day for me, really.
What was the schedule at Wayan?
Normal, I go on Bintaban in the morning, except that there were more people on Vesak Day, about 1,120 people giving food.
How many pickup trucks full of food?
I don't know, but it took about 2 hours and 20 minutes to finish the arms round.
Too much Barami, Ajaan.
I don't know, maybe people just get to know you. You live long, so people get to know you.
Is there any special program at the temple?
The temple in the evening have people coming to chant and then to walk around the JD showing homage. We call VNT and having candle procession.
At Banta, did they used to do this kind
No,
of stuff?
not at all. In Bantam, we don't have any ritual at all.
So,
just another day.
oh,
Because
what about
we don't want people to come into the monastery to disturb our peace.
do they have Katina at Banta?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I wanted to ask about the Padikula Manasikara Pabang section of the Satipatthana. Should I read it or do you remember it?
Well, is it in English?
Yeah, it's in English.
Okay, go ahead.
It just says, moreover, monks, a monk in regard to this very body, from the sole of the feet upwards, from the hair of the head down, bounded by skin and full of manifold impurities, reflects thus in this body there are, and it just goes through the
32 parts.
32 parts. I don't need to go through them. And it goes to the section, just as though monks there were a bag open at both ends full of various kinds of grain, such as hill rice, white rice, mung beans, kidney beans, sesame seeds, chickpeas, and a man with good vision, having opened it, were to reflect thus, this is hill rice, etc., etc., etc. Even so, monks, a monk in regard to this body, and then it just goes through the 32 parts again.
Mm. So the goal is for you to be able to see the 32 parts all the time. When you look at a body, just don't look at the outside. Look, look, look under the skin also, because beauty is only skin deep.
Yeah.
If you want to stop your sexual desire toward other people's body, you need to see the other side of the body, the inside of the body.
Mm-hmm.
If you can see the skeleton, you can see the lungs and heart and intestine, then your perception of beauty will disappear. And then your sexual desire will also disappear following the disappearance of your beauty perception.
Does it gradually reduce or does it go in one moment?
Well, it depends on how much you see. If you see a lot, then it will be more convincing than if you see partially.
Yeah.
So there's no fixed result. It depends on how much perception you have.
Yeah. I wanted to ask about the knowing element.
Yes, the knowing element is what is the one that know that thing, that feels. Yeah. It's one of the 6 basic elements of life.
It's different from the other elements, right?
Right, because it has a different ability. You see. It has the ability that no other elements have: knowing, consciousness, awareness, feeling, thinking. This is the property or the nature, the ability of the knowing element.
Is it separate from vijnana?
Vijnana is part of the knowing element ability.
So when the khandha breakdown of an arahant, is the knowing element, does it separate?
The knowing element remains disconnected from the body. That's all. It just it remains without being connected to the body.
Okay.
Meaning it doesn't die with the body.
So
the body just transforms into the 4 elements. But the knowing element remain knowing element.
So can you say it becomes nibbana?
It becomes nirvana when it has destroyed all the defilement in it that push it to go take rebirth. And you do this through vipassana and samatha bhavana.
Sometimes I go down these Wikipedia rabbit holes, and I was reading about like yoga chakras, and in Theravada they don't really talk about chakras, but
No, not at all.
but it's obvious, like I can see in my own experience that they exist. Like I can feel different things happening when I meditate. Does Ajaan have anything to say about this?
They're not important for you to know. They're not part of the solution, so you don't need to worry about them. The solution is the Noble Eightfold Path. That's all you need to know, and try to develop them to the fullest.
Okay.
That's all. Once you have the Noble Eightfold Path to develop to the fullest, then you can destroy all your defilement. Then your mind will become Nibbana. Right now, your mind is samsaric, not nibbana. It keeps taking rebirth all the time.
Yes.
So you want to transform the samsara mind into the nibbana mind by destroying all your cravings, your greed, hate, and delusion through the practice of meditation and wisdom.
Ah,
That's all. So very simple, very straightforward.
in theory, very simple.
Yeah. But doing it is hard, that's all.
Ah.
Try to,
Which,
try to meditate for half an hour can be quite hard, for some people.
yes.
Just to stay focused on the breath or something like that, they find it very difficult to do because they never practiced this before. So it takes time for them to develop enough mindfulness to be able to sit and watch the breath for a long time.
Which aspect of the Satipatthana is the Buddha practice?
The Buddha practice,
Yeah.
Anapanasati, is one of the 40 kammathanas. You can replace you can replace Bhutto. You can replace the Anapanasati by using Bhuttanusati, which is Bhutto.
Okay.
Reflection on the Buddha.
Okay. I see. Okay. I don't have any more questions.
Yeah, because I think to teach people sometimes it's easier to teach them to recite mantra than to teach them to watch the breath. Because the breath is harder to watch than reciting the mantra Bhutto.
Yes.
So people also sometimes feel that there's a magic in the word. When you think of the Buddha will come and protect you and help you. So for Thai Buddhists, the Bhutto, the mantra Bhutto is very, very, very significant, very important.
Yes. I see. Yeah, I never met many Farang that do the Buddha.
Yeah, because you study the four foundation of mindfulness, and it doesn't mention the Bhutto. So it mentions just the breathing meditation. But if you study the 40 types of kammatthana, they also contain the mantra Bhutto, Dhammo, Sangho.
Has Ajaan ever met a practitioner that uses the more obscure kammatthana like Kasina?
Well, I heard people talk about it sometimes when people ask me questions and they say they use that type of casino. But I don't know how successful they are from that practice.
Yeah,
And
I never met anyone.
you can use them. They're one of the 40 meditation objects that you can use to calm your mind.
What does it mean? Like in the Vishuddhimagga, it says like apprehend the sign.
I don't know. Apprehend the sign.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I sometimes I read the Vishuddhimagga. It's written in strange language.
Yeah.
Hmm.
When you don't understand, the Buddha said you can skip it first. Don't worry about it.
What's that?
When you don't understand, don't worry about it. Just skip. You can
Okay.
skip it.
Yeah.
And wait until maybe later when your wisdom grow deeper, you might be able to understand it eventually.
Okay, I see.
Don't waste your time on something you don't understand because it will just block your advance.
Okay, I see.
Actually, you don't have to know too much. Just know how to watch your breath. That's all.
Yeah, I like it when it's simple.
And just know your 32 parts of your body. That's enough really wisdom to know. You know it, but you don't know it all the time. That's the problem. The goal is to know it all the time, to know the 32 parts all the time. When you look at antibodies, you should be able to see all the 32 parts at once. And then
Okay.
you'll see that there's no difference in all of us. We're all the same. We're all made up of the 32 parts.
I see.
And this will reduce or eliminate your sexual desire toward anybody's body. And then you also can look that whenever you see a body, you see aging, sickness, and death also. Then you see everybody's the same also. Okay.
Okay, I understand.
That's all you need to know, but you have to know it constantly, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Not in the back of your mind, always in front. Whenever you see a body, you see the 32 parts, you see aging, sickness, and death in that body. If you can see this, you can reach the level of anagami.
I see. What's the practice of the anagami?
Getting rid of all the sexual desire by
But
seeing the 32 parts all the time.
but when somebody becomes anagami, what do they do?
They don't have any more attachment or craving for the body, but they still have craving within in the mind itself, the pleasure of the peace and calm of meditation.
How do they contemplate the remaining
Fetters, 5
yeah.
fetters. They contemplate them by seeing them as anicca, dukkha, anatta.
Do they start with a certain one, or do they?
It depends on which one they are stuck with, which one they have problem with. If they have problem with self-conceit, then they have to investigate that there's no self in the mind. The mind is just a knowing element.
Mm-hmm.
If they are stuck with attachment to jhana, then they have to investigate the nature of jhana is temporary. It's anicca. It can only give you temporary happiness.
And what about restlessness?
Restlessness is due to your desire to know everything. So you spend too much time on investigation until you become restless. So you should stop and then rest your mind in samadhi for a while to refresh your mind. And then continue with your investigation into the true nature of the mind.
And is avijja the last one?
Yes, the avijja is not knowing the true nature of the mind. Then the mind is just anicca, dukkha, anatta, just a knowing element.
Okay, I see.
Okay.
Thanks, Ajahn.
You're welcome. How's your practice coming? Okay, better?
Yeah, yeah, it's nice.
Okay, you feel you can go on and on forever with this practice? Someday not.
No, I just feel like when I look back at the person that I used to be, I feel very sorry for them.
I mean, do you ever think of giving up your practice? And
Never.
not anymore.
No.
You'll keep on practicing, maybe more or less, but never give up. Never return to your old lifestyle before meditation.
No, I think it's impossible now.
Good. Yeah, you have found the Dhamma as your refuge.
Sometimes I wonder about going back to the monastery in the future, but not yet.
Yeah, you'll know it when you're ready. When you're ready,
Yeah.
you know it. When you find that your present status is not enough for further advancement, then you want to move up and become a monk, a full time.
Yeah.
Okay, good. keep it up.
Yeah, thanks,
All right.
Ajahn.
You're welcome. Mandy, hi Mandy.
Good to see everyone. I've been also watching on the live Facebook. Been struggling to keep up in the last while with practice and with being around family members. I've also looking at the reality that we're all temporary and different sicknesses coming over my parents and things. I find it sometimes like overwhelmingly depressing to continue to look at the nature of things, to look at the impermanence, to see other people struggling with the idea of getting sick and getting old. And yeah, I find it overwhelming. I guess I need more practice to bring me back down, but there's a big pull, like that I don't want to go back to the old way of thinking, but at the same time, it just seems so overwhelming at times that
Your
yeah.
your mind's not calm enough yet to contemplate on this truth. So try to do more meditation first to make the mind have more equanimity. Then you'll be able to absorb or accept the truth more easily. So when you think of aging, sickness, and that you feel depressed, then it's not the time for you to think. Do more meditation. And when you finish your meditation, maybe that's a good time to do this contemplation, because your mind will be more calm and more accepting the truth. But as you are more away from your meditation, the harder will you be for your mind to accept the truth, because you've been led by your delusion to seek happiness in this world. So anything that can hinder your acquirement of this happiness can cause you sadness or depression. So you have to know when to contemplate on this nature of the body. When your mind's not ready, then you shouldn't do it. You should do more mindfulness first.
Is then being mindful in every moment, then you would see the truth of the suffering all the time. You would, like I would see this truth of suffering all the time. So when with family, then trying to be, I guess, in the moment, it feels like that's a split to seeing the truth. Like, I don't know.
Yes, because if you're not teaching the mind the truth, the mind is usually being deceived by the delusion to think that everything is permanent, everything will last forever. So you need to counter the mind with this truth that nothing lasts forever. But when you do this, sometimes the mind reacts negatively. It doesn't want to accept the truth. So it's not ready yet. It's not calm enough to accept this. So you have to do more mindfulness meditation to calm your mind down. And then you will be able to accept this truth gradually. It will absorb into your consciousness. And so eventually you'll be able to accept or see this impermanent all the time.
Okay.
So it takes time to for the mind to absorb the truth. You have to reduce your resistance, the mind resistance to the truth. The resistance is the defilement. The defilement wants to live forever, wants to enjoy life forever. But the truth tells you that's not the case.
Yeah.
No one can enjoy life forever. We have a limited of time in this world to enjoy. But after that, when the time is up, it's like your coupon is it's all gone. You couldn't buy anything anymore. So it's good to remind you that you're using your coupon and you're gonna lose. One day you're gonna end up having no coupon left to use. So you should find something to replace the coupon, which you should do meditation instead. Then you can be happy without relying on your body as a way of making yourself happy.
Mm.
Then you can continue to be happy even when the body no longer able to make you happy. You can use mindfulness to make you happy instead. Okay, so be diligent. Keep on practicing mindfulness and meditation every day if you can. At least you should be sitting at least once or twice a day. Don't give up. Don't skip. Make it into a habit. Then it will be easier later on. Once you used to do something, then it will be easy for you to do when the time comes for you to do. If you stop, then you'll find it difficult when you restart again.
I was listening to Dhamma talk about the end of life and how for lay people, for people practicing, that even at the point of death, if we were to be in our silent recitation, reciting Bhutto, or attempting to go into our meditation, that it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't work for people who are not monks, people who are not consistently practicing and dedicated like that. Do you have any advice?
Yes, you need to do it constantly until it become proficient, or it becomes effective. When you're starting reciting mantra now, it doesn't seem produce any result. But after you do it for a while, you start to see the mind start to become calmer and calmer. And then you know eventually that you can use the mantra to calm your mind whenever your mind becomes agitated.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to do a lot of this practice before, in order to be able to use it when you need it at the time of crisis.
So is there no hope for before death for people who have not continuously practiced? Then we will just
because you will react, you will resist, don't want to die, and this resistance can cause you a lot of suffering. But if you've been training your mind to accept that this body one day is gonna stop, it's gonna die, and that the way to deal with this situation is to stay calm by using mindfulness. So you have to keep practicing mindfulness to keeping your mind calm. And when the time comes for you to rely on it, it will come to assist you to make your mind calm. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Next, Justine from California.
Good evening, Ajaan. Happy Wesak.
Can you speak louder, please?
Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Ajahn, I have a quick question about the Satipatthana Sutta. So, when talking about the enlightenment factor of mindfulness, the Buddha says when mindfulness is not present, the monk knows the mindfulness is not present. So, how should we go about understand this?
Sometimes if you're mindful, then you have to be with your mindfulness objects, like watching your body or reciting a mantra. When you're not watching your body, you're not reciting a mantra, then you eventually will know. Maybe not right away, but maybe after a few minutes, or for some people, maybe even an hour. Say, "Oh, I forgot my mind." Then you know that you're not mindful anymore. That's what it means. So you want to remind yourself to be mindful all the time, to be with your meditation object all the time, your mindfulness object all the time, whether either the body or the mantra, whichever you choose to be your mindfulness object.
So this is how the perfection of the enlightenment factor of mindfulness comes to be, is to be mindful of either your body or your heart all the time.
Yes, constantly all the time. Be always on, not on and off. For beginners, your mindfulness come on and off. Come on briefly and then it starts for a longer period and then come back on again when you realize you're no longer mindful. Then you say, okay, I'll restart. I'll come back to the mantra again or come back to watching your body again. And then after a few minutes or a few seconds, your mind went away again. Your mindfulness gone away again.
Yeah. I've heard some people talking about how they're mindful even when asleep.
Not true. When you sleep, you're not mindful. You don't know what's going on.
Okay.
You might have partial mindfulness when you don't sleep fully.
Oh.
Then it's partial. You still have some mindfulness left. But when you sleep soundly, then there's no mindfulness left.
Okay. How about lucid dreaming? So in the dream, the people know, they know how to still keep sila, for example. Is that also mindfulness?
No, it's practice. It's what you've been trained your mind to do. So when you're in a dream, it becomes automatic. Whatever you have achieved, it will be there. If you used to keep the precept, it will keep the precept. If you used to have wisdom to be able to let go of your attachment to your body, you'll let go in your dream.
Okay, thank you, Ajahn. That's all my question for today.
Okay. Next, B. Ravin from Bangkok.
Good evening, Prajaan, and happy Vesak.
Hi. Any question?
Just one question also on the Satipatthana Sutta, because when I was doing some meditation, I noticed that I was trying to develop mindfulness of the body, but I may have forgotten to develop mindfulness for feelings. So I was wondering how I can more mindful of my feelings.
When you develop mindfulness, you don't use feeling as your mindfulness object. You use the body or the breath. It depends on what you do. If you're sitting, you can use the breath as your mindfulness object. If you're not sitting and you're moving around, then use watching your body as your mindfulness object. The other feelings, these are more for wisdom, to understand the nature of feeling as being changing, constantly changing from good feeling into bad feeling into neutral feeling. This is the development of wisdom. But during the practice of mindfulness, you only need to be mindful of the body. According to the Satipatthana Sutta, either if your body is moving, doing things, you use the body as your mindfulness object. If you're sitting, you use the breath as your mindfulness object. The goal is to calm your mind into equanimity, to get equanimity from calming your mind. Once your mind have equanimity, it will be strong enough to accept the truth, to study this, to see the truth and study the truth. So the word mindfulness can be misleading sometimes when you say mindfulness of body, mindfulness of feeling, and mindfulness of mind. This is the Satipatthana Sutta consists of 3 different practices. The first one is the development of mindfulness by being mindful of the body all the time, when the body keep moving, doing things. And then when you sit down, then you be mindful of the breath to get into jhana. And this is the second meditation, to get into samadhi. You need to sit down, keep the body still first before you can still the mind with mindfulness. Once you have samadhi, when you have the ability to resist your defilement, then you go to study the nature of suffering. Your body, you have suffering from your body because you have attachment toward your body. You want your body to last forever, but that's not possible. So you have to resist or stop this desire to have the body to last forever. You have to accept the body is not going to last forever. Then this is the study for wisdom, to understand the nature of the body and let go of your attachment toward the body. Once you have let go of your attachment to your body, then you go to your attachment to the feelings. You cannot always have good feeling, right? Sometimes you have good feelings, sometimes you have bad feelings, sometimes you have neutral feeling. So you have to accept them all, not just a good feeling. If you just want the good feeling, then when you don't have the good feeling, you will have suffering. If you don't want to have suffering, then you have to accept whatever feeling you come across. Same way with the mental state of mind. Your mental state keep changing all the time also. Sometimes your mind peaceful and sometimes your mind is restless, agitated, sometimes sad, sometimes happy. And you cannot control them because they are conditioned that cause them to be like that. So you cannot control them. The way to prevent your mind from having suffering is to accept them. Just like you accept the truth of the body, you accept the truth of feeling, you accept the truth of the mental state. This is the level of wisdom practice, not mindfulness practice. You want to have mindfulness to enable you to meditate to get into jhana. Once you have jhana, you use the mind that has jhana to resist your delusion. Just trying to want you to have something that you cannot have. And teach your mind to stop this desire to have something that you cannot have and accept what you have, what you get. Sometimes you have to get bad feelings, sometimes you have to get neutral feelings, sometimes you get good feeling. You cannot choose. They're chosen for you.
So
Right?
feeling is a delusion, Ajaan.
It's no delusion, it's real. It's just that they keep changing, that's all.
Oh, it is changing.
And you just learn how to cope with them, that's all. You don't know how to cope with the bad feeling, the painful feelings. Because you resist, you don't want it, you want to get rid of it. And this is creating suffering, stress in your mind. If you don't want to have to stress, you have to teach your mind to accept the painful feeling. And don't react to it, just remain calm. Then there will be no stress in the mind, no suffering in the mind. The goal is to get rid of suffering in the mind, not to get rid of the painful feeling, because you cannot get rid of them. They come and go due to conditions. when your body gets sick, you get painful feeling. But when your body becomes well, then the painful feeling disappears. You get good feeling. This you cannot control. You cannot get rid of. As long as you still have the body, this is what you're gonna have all the time. Sometimes painful feeling, sometimes pleasant feeling, sometimes neutral feeling. But you can prevent your mind from having any suffering toward this feeling by accepting them, by not having any craving for only good feeling or pleasant feeling. Right?
Yes. So even after we get rid of the defilement, I mean the attachment to the body, the painful feeling and the pleasant feeling will still be around, but we just don't become
You don't
suffering
react
from
to
it,
it, you don't suffer
react to
from
it.
it.
So it doesn't go away, it's still there, but we just don't react to it.
It goes away when there's no longer the body. See?
Oh,
When you don't take birth anymore, then there won't be this feeling anymore. When you don't take birth, then everything is all the problem disappear. I know the mind has to deal with these things because you still have the body. You still have sensual objects that can cause your mind to keep changing from being happy to become sad and so forth. But when you don't have body, you don't have any sensual objects, and nothing will then generate all this this mental states and this feeling. That's why Nibbana is the best solution. Have no body, have no sensual objects. Then the mind will have nothing to cause it to keep changing all the time.
so the goal is to get rid of the attachment to the body, but don't use feelings as an object of meditation. Only
No,
use it
it's not.
when contemplating
It's
wisdom.
not object of meditation. It's an object of study for wisdom. It's an object that you have to understand, so that you can deal with it properly. Deal with it in a way that will cause no suffering to your mind. Right now, we don't know how to feel. We don't know how to deal with our painful feeling. When we get painful feeling, we also get stressed or suffering. We can, if you know how to deal with a painful feeling, you can get rid of the stress and the suffering that accompany the painful feeling of the body by accepting, by enjoying, by embracing it. See, if you can embrace the painful feeling, then there will be no stress. No, you don't want to embrace it. You want to get rid of it, and you could not get rid of it. That's when you get stressed.
Yes.
So you have to switch your attitude, switch your reaction toward the painful feeling. Instead of aversion, you should have attraction. Instead of hate, you should love it. Oh, I love this painful feeling. Become a sadist. Sadist not by choice, but by, by being forced to, due to the condition of the situation, force you to become a sadist.
That's one way to look at it.
Yeah. When you like something, then you don't feel bad about it, right? Like people who cannot eat spicy food, they feel terrible when they have to eat spicy food, right? But if you enjoy spicy food, when you eat spicy food, you don't feel terrible. You feel good from eating spicy food.
Yes.
So it's
Matter
just a
of
matter of
perception.
whether you have attraction or aversion toward the. So whenever you find something that you don't like, try to change your attitude and try to like it. When you like it, then you feel good because you get what you like, right?
So we need to not be attracted to good feeling either, because being too attracted means if we lose it, we get stressed.
That's right. So you have to, instead of liking your good feeling, you should hate good feeling. I don't want this good feeling. because it can hurt me, it can harm me later on when
Yes.
when it disappear, when it change. So you constantly have to tweak your mind, tweak your reaction to it, things that appear in your mind, which are mental state, feelings, and your body keep changing all the time. So you have to know how to deal with them. So in order to not to cause you any stress, any anxiety or pain. Okay.
Yes, thank you, Prajan. Very clear. Thank you.
All right. Next, PL and Indira. I think PL is treating his patient now.
Good morning from Toronto, Ajaan. Yes, he was here all this time, but he's with patients. Yes, and thank you, Ajaan, for your advice last time. So what we did this for Vesak was for Dana, we gave donations before, but we did more of the Pratipatti Puja, like Buddha said, Yo Dhammang Passati, So Mang Passati, like the one who sees Dhamma sees me. So we kind of took your advice and did that. So thank you so much. Yes.
Yes, the Buddha said Patipat Puja is the best way of paying homage to the Buddha.
Yes, Ajaan. Thank you. Yes. Last Zoom session, your advice really, it really helped us. And yeah, we felt very content and happy. So thank you so much.
Good. Do you have any question tonight?
One question. One of the participants asked about the Satipatthana Sutta, how Buddha said, monk, when your mind goes away, be aware. So actually, when you're doing Anapanasati and you're like you do know when your mind runs, so you
bring it back.
Realize it and you bring it back.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're mindful, you'll know when your mind is not watching your breath. You start to go think about breakfast or dinner or something like that.
Yes.
And you have to bring it back. So you're supposed to be with your breath.
Yes. Even a sound from outside sometimes.
Yes, and then you go after the sound. What's this sound? Who's doing this and that? And you have to bring it back.
Yes, Ajaan. Yes.
It's a good way to test your mindfulness to see whether you can be constantly mindful or not when you sit down and meditate.
Yes, so true. Because initially when you start, when it happens, you don't know, but then as time goes by, you just know that it happened and you bring it back. Yes.
As soon as you have enough mindfulness to watching your breath, when you're not watching, then you know you're not having mindfulness. You start to lose your mindfulness already.
Yes, Ajaan. Thank you so much for the answer.
Okay. Try to do as much as possible because you'll get better at it as you practice. The more you practice, the more proficient you will be.
Thank you, Ajaan. And thank you for always being there and guiding us.
Okay, you're welcome.
Theran Saranai.
If PL come back, if he wants to talk to you, you can raise your hand.
Thank you, Ajaan.
If we have enough time left, I'm not sure.
Thank
Okay,
you,
Gary from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajaan. I'm just listening in. No questions.
Okay. We'll go to Belinda, and then Belinda also from Singapore.
Namaskar, Ajaan.
Yes.
Ajaan, I'd like to follow up the question, the discussion. What's his name, just we talk about aversion, and then we crave for it.
You don't crave for aversion. Aversion is something you want to get rid of, like painful feeling. When you have aversion, you want to go away from the painful feeling. You want the painful feeling to disappear. That's caused you dukkha or suffering in your mind. So you have to stop the aversion and force your mind to accept. Then you cannot force the painful feeling to disappear. it will disappear sooner or later when the clouds that make it appear disappear, and then it will disappear.
The mind is tricky. It counter like aversion with craving and pleasure. It's like a flip of a coin. Like for instance, I have phobia height, and then I play bungee jump. Even though there's fear for height, but I crave for the thrill and just. And then during the process, falling was very scary. But I realized when we embrace the fear, and then that fear become enjoyment, become a thrill. That was the process. Like when it's fearful, like so it's very tricky. The mind like height is something that I fear, but I crave for the thrill. Then I did it. So during that process, when falling was very scary, a new experience. But I realized during that process of falling, when I embrace that fear, it's no longer fear; it become enjoyment, Ajaan.
Okay,
and then I get hooked by the thrill, Ajaan, because there's a like a gap, like no thoughts. So that was like some peace, Ajaan, like when we really truly accept the fear. But on the other hand, like you say, we and then get attached to that sensation of sudden gap and peace or euphoria. I don't know how to put it.
Yes, that's sensual pleasure. So you become addicted to it.
And then I get addicted to the thrill, like that. So I remember doing roller coaster many times until I lose the thrill. Then I need to find something else. Like that.
Try to go to the cemetery for a change.
Yes.
That's better. That's a better way of getting rid of your fear.
Yeah. And then and when I was at Culture On, but the last day I switched off all the lights, and I just like to get that thrill of
Yeah, what you want to get
darkness.
rid of is the fear of death. That's if you can get rid of the fear of death, then that's good because then you die peacefully. You live peacefully also because you no longer have any fear.
That I haven't practiced on that yet, Banjan. Maybe like jumping, like because I don't know, it's like it's the mind can get tricky, Banjan, yeah? Like you get to thrills, then needing for more. So it has a lot of pocket of hidden.
The real fear that you should get rid of is the fear of painful feeling and the fear of death. These are the fear, the pain, the thing that you will have to come across one day, sooner or later. Your body will become painful and you just have to know how to deal with it. Your body gonna stop breathing. You have to know how to deal with this also. This is more important than any other type of fear.
There's one kind of pain that is not just the body, the mind, the pain and the mind.
Yes, that's the mental state. They're not caused for, they don't have the body as the origin. They have other source. Like maybe what you see, what you hear, or what you think. Sometimes your thought can trick you into fear. So is somebody around here trying to catch me, trying to kill me? So you have to learn how to deal with the principal of fear, the pain, the fear, the painful feelings, and the fear of death. That's all. Once you can deal with these two type of fear, then you should be able to deal with all other types of fear.
Ajaan, there's one kind of like sometimes I find fear a bit helpful. Like if there's some unwholesome courage, like killing the body, like not afraid to die, that kind of fear, like unwholesome kind of imbalance. But it's like, some people take courage to commit suicide.
That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about taking things as they come. When you want to die when you're still alive, this is also defilement. This is also a craving. See, and when it's time for you to die and you don't want to die, that's another form of craving.
Yes.
This is what you have to stop. Not by trying to go kill yourself and to prove that you not have no fear.
It's that moment from moment, Ajahn. I heard about people who attempted suicide and when they get to that side, they don't want to die, and those who get very painful mind state, very painful, they just want to get rid of the body, they attack the body. And then every moment is moment for moment. It's like that, Tanya. Keep changing, Tanya.
Yes, you just have to keep your mind by merely just knowing, not reacting to things that keep changing. Okay, we're running out of time.
Okay, thank you, Tanya. Thank you.
All right. Next, Olivia. Hi, Olivia, also from Malaysia.
Hello, good evening, Ajaan.
Yes, what can I do for you?
I have a question today, but can I ask now or I can
Yes,
keep
go
before?
ahead. Yes, go
Okay.
ahead.
There is a word, sape tamam anatta, and what does it mean?
It means everything has no self. Everything like a tree, like a rock. Everything are just four elements, made up from the four elements. Your body has no self. It's made of four elements. The tree is the same way. It's the same with the body. The difference is that the body can talk, can react, because there's the fifth element pushing it, which is the knowing element, the mind, controlling the body. But the mind, the knowing element, is also has no self. It's just an element, just like the other elements. That's what it means. Self is just an invention by the delusion. It's like the delusion is like a fiction writer. A fiction writer can create any characters it wants to create, but they're not real. But the mind, once it create the delusion of a self, it starts to believe that to be real. That's the problem. So the Buddha teaches us to look at everything as having no self. Okay. So just leave everything alone. You don't need to control anything, fix anything. Everything are part of nature. Nature will fix itself. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Ajaan.
Okay, next step from Oregon. You're almost the last person.
Hi, I don't have to. It's late. It's okay.
It's okay. If you want to talk, we still have a few more minutes.
I was just gonna say my practice has been going really well. I've been practicing sense restraint a lot, and I've been waking up earlier in the morning and then sitting longer. At first, I felt really calm, like aversion to doing anything that wasn't calm or staying in that state. But now, and I felt some torpor, but no, I don't know. It's just good. I kind of just stay even, and I just like to keep it peaceful, and it's going well. Yeah.
You just keep your mind peaceful, even if you have to do something not peaceful.
Yeah, yeah.
Just try to not to have any aversion or attraction toward anything.
Yeah.
Just take them as they come.
Yes, yeah, that's been very helpful.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, next, Kunjup. Any more questions?
ครับนมัสการท่านอาจารย์ค่ะ We have 5 questions this evening, and we have one question from the assistant Gmail, and it's from Sarsi from Sri Lanka. Good evening, ท่านอาจารย์ When we try to maintain mindfulness in our daily lives, always our thoughts proliferate, many sub-thoughts. When our mind goes after many different thoughts, sometimes it makes it difficult to stick to one thought or the present action. What is the best method to avoid this?
Sometimes you can use the mantra, just recite Bhutto, 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 or other type of mantra if you like. Anicca, Dukkha, Anatta also can be. Or death, you can just say death, 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 to bring your mind back from running away from the present.
Do we always have to come back to our main action or thought?
Well, you always have to watch what you're doing, see, or else you can do it not right, do it wrongly, and can be harmful or hurt yourself or other people. So whenever you do something, you always have to watch what you're doing first.
Thank you very much, Tanajan. Wish you good health always. The next
You're
questions are from Facebook and YouTube. Divya Goel, how can one mentally prepare a parent who has a terminal illness for death?
We cannot prepare for them. They have to prepare themselves. They have to study the teaching of the Buddha and practice following his teaching. But if they're about to die or they're sick, then it's always too late to do anything about it now.
The next question is from Sanja Yoga. How do we improve our practice?
By doing more.
The next question is from Aun. Can Ajahn please explain why the Four Noble Truths is mentioned also at the first of the Eightfold Path in right view?
Because that's what you have to understand. You have to know that your suffering is caused by your cravings. Yes. And in order to stop all your suffering, you have to stop your cravings by the practice of the Noble Eightfold Path.
And the last question is from Ricardo. Hi, Tanajan. Very productive to hear your panya. Today from San Andres, Colombia. One question. We have the illusion that we are an ego separate from everything else, right?
Yes, that's an illusion. It's a fictional belief or view, which is not true. Because there's no self in anything. Even in the mind, there's no self. The mind is just a knowing element. It has the ability to know, to feel, to think, but nobody feel or think. It's just delusion.
Is there a time in the path when we experience the oneness with the universe instead of the illusion of separation? Thank you.
Well, when your mind becomes calm, then you feel you are all alone. Nothing else doesn't matter to you, whether you have them or not. You find peace and contentment within yourself. That's when you enter into jhana, or when you get rid of all your cravings or attachment to things, and you feel a sense of happiness, a sense of contentment, a sense of knowing that you don't have to have anything to make you happy.
That is all, Ka.
Okay. All right, that's about all the time we have for tonight. Thank you for your company. I hope this meeting is useful and can assist you in your practice. In the meantime, please stay safe, be mindful, and keep on practicing. And if all goes well, I'll see you all at the same time next week. Thank you and goodbye.
สาธุเจ้าค่ะ
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you.